Well, g'day, welcome to Stu Shed. Just before I was starting the main video out here, I noticed that my tabletop was starting to look a little bit neglected. And I thought I needed to actually go through and cover, I needed to get it back up to scratch again. And I just thought, seeing as I had the cameras on, I might as well cover it on tape just so I can go through it again. And one of the things that I have to show is this pack here, which I've picked up from Carby Tool, which is the complete top saver system, and basically it's a rust remover and lubricant for your cast iron equipment. And so yeah, I'm just going to use this and just bring it's just a faint, we can just see it just slightly, a faint covering of surface rust. And again, it's as much my fault as anything. I know the weather has been somewhat temperamental, and I should actually cover the equipment a little bit better than I do. Plus, seeing as I still don't have a decent workbench, I tend to use the tabletop for things that I really shouldn't be using it for. So it gets a lot more rubbish on it than it really should. Just onto the top saver system. This actually comes over from the USA. In the pack you get gloves, you get the spray obviously, and just a cloth and a couple of bits of this, I call it kitchen scrubber type thing. It's just in this case it's a very light abrasive in a matrix. So all I'm going to do, and I have actually made a little bit of a start, and I saw the state of the top as I was doing it, so I thought I'd stop and actually talk to you about it. So you just put a light spray of this over the surface of the table. I'll just do it patch by patch. Take your abrasive and just start scrubbing, and you'll see quite quickly the colouring coming up, which really is just the rust. And you start realising just how much more rust is actually there than you realise before you when you're just looking at it. So put a little bit more on as I go. It's always quite therapeutic to do this with your tools anyway. It means that you actually do feel like you're looking after them a little bit. They are, after all, quite a serious investment in your workshop. Okay, once you've done one, I'm just going to put the abrasive aside. You then get your cloth and buff all that off. And you can see it's actually it's certainly not the spray that's causing that. It's very much the it's probably a combination of the moisture, but let's prove it. Yeah, very little to do with the spray and everything to do with this, how much crud I'm actually bringing off the surface. Obviously the saw's turned off for this evolution as well. We'll unplug this for it. You don't want any risk of a false start, particularly when you're not really concentrating on the blade itself, but actually on another part of the tool. So as you can see, that's a very effective rust and surface cleaner. Now what they do actually suggest is you then go back over and respray it with it, and that can actually be the lubricant. But in this case I'm actually going to resort to another substance that I like using on the tabletops, and that is Silver Glide. Or as it's actually pronounced in its German, Silberglick. Knowing that I can't pronounce German though, I won't try, even though I just did. Now, as you can see with it, this has settled out quite badly, or so obviously we've had quite a lot of heat out here, so it's actually separated. So I've got obviously a wax, and then there's obviously a very I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it certainly looks like there's a lot of graphite actually in that as well. So all I'm just going to do is give that a good stir in together again. Again, using my non-serious chisel. I mean, this chisel was part of a set of 3 for all of about $10. So and again, that's very much of a lubricant and protector. Not needing to put very much on, certainly spreads very nicely and will go a long, long way. And so that's it for the bringing the top back to a working condition. And so now I can move on to my main project.